Do you have the guts to be healthy? That's the question. Find out what your bowel movement says about you, as well as your gas. This is such an important topic. I know we giggle, but it's something we all do, and it says a lot. We've got our health expert, Bryce Wylde,
keep it
here.
Together this morning.
We
Good
will,
morning,
because
folks.
it is very important.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, you know, it's this important. Statistically, let's talk there first.
Yeah.
Irritable bowel syndrome, whether it's the constipation form or the diarrhea form, affects 5 million Canadians.
That's high.
That's huge. We're a 33 million population. 5 million, that's it. And actually, it's even more than any other country in the world.
Is it diet?
You know, well, we can't say it's diet because our cousins to the south are eating far less healthy than we are on average, although the obesity epidemic is creeping its way north, as we know, and throughout Europe. I think it's something else. It may even be related to vitamin D. North of 42, where we live, we're all vitamin D deficient, but we haven't figured it out, right? So I'm in here today to talk about, and since release all of these,
You have molded these.
It'll make it cathartic here for some folks at home, and this is a bit of a warning for anyone eating breakfast. You might want to either put that down or turn off for now. No, don't turn it off.
Don't turn it off. You need this information.
Get your food to the side, perhaps. So, anyways, here are different stool types. And there is, in fact, online something called the Bristol Stool Chart. And this has been evaluated as to the top 7 types we typically have. This is no good, all right?
Why?
This is type 7 because that is way too loose. You know, that's watery, essentially diarrhea. You may have just been to Mexico type poop, okay? You don't want that, especially more than a couple of days. Sometimes we change up our diet, or we don't get the right probiotics and prebiotics. We'll talk about that momentarily.
How often should we be going to number 2?
Well, that's a great question. So it's all about form first and then regularity second. Most people have that reversed. It's about their regularity. In fact, it's a 3-3 rule. No more than 3 times a day. That's a little bit too much. And no less than once every 3 days. But if the form is good, then you're happy, essentially. And that's what we're aiming for here. This is still no good. I call this the coffee grinds. We don't want that. This is kind of the lamb turd dropping. It's a little bit loose, sort of cut edges, not so good. It's still separated.
Your system's having some trouble.
Yeah, enzymes may be a little bit low. This is I call this the ghost poo. You know why?
The ghost poo? Oh, because it disappears.
As soon as you have it, you're like, where'd that go? It enters into the toilet bowl like an Olympic diver.
Is this a champion? You want this?
This is exactly what you want. This is type 4.
Like everyone's giggling.
Oh, there's high fives going on in the newsroom here.
People have done this today. Good for you.
All right.
So this is the Michael Phelps of poo. You want this?
Absolutely. Nicely done.
No problem.
And it's got, see that S shape? Along with this is okay if you see some cracks and ridges in there.
Yeah, that's also good.
That's also okay. And you really do want that S. And our sigmoid colon, so the last part of our intestines, has an S shape. That's why if it comes out with the right fiber and form. Fiber, by the way, is about 60% of our stool by volume. This is a little bit anal retentive. That's a little bit straight. There's no S. It's a little bit constipated. You could definitely see the forms. And this is very constipated, all right?
Yeah.
Soft around. You're feeling sad about it.
Because I shouldn't out him, but I have a nephew who has, poor thing, tries so hard, and one of those little things come out, and after all that work, poor thing, it breaks my heart. But you also have another test.
Well, I've got a 4-square challenge here. 4 squares of toilet paper, no more, and you are healthy. Why? Because this is ultimately all you need to wipe the derriere. Especially if you're having one of these. Clean finish, folks, with Michael Phelps of poo.
Okay, you can steal that.
He's not going to be happy with it.
So we have things to help you along. Does smell matter?
So, smell matters to a degree. If it's that real sulfurous, eggy, odorous smell, you're often low for certain enzymes, especially those that break down fat. That's another thing, by the way. You don't want your poop floating too much. That's saying there's too much fat in there, right? Enzymatically, maybe you're having problems with bile flow and fat emulsification. And you don't want it sinking necessarily too quickly either. That means that you may not have enough fiber. You kind of want to do it in a nice little slow but steady. If it's done the dive, a nice slow but steady submarine into the low part of the toilet.
No, it's so important. You have to look at your poo.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for
getting through this segment.
I can't believe it, right?
It's important. It's important stuff. Okay. So
dietary. Well, that's supplemental, but dietary-wise, this is where it has to start. I've got a colorful rainbow of fruits and vegetables here: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You've heard me say this before.
Eat it up.
Get your rainbow in every single day. But largely, this is insoluble fiber. So there's 2 types of fiber. There's insoluble, the stuff that makes roughage. We don't digest it, cows do. And then there's soluble fiber. And we want to have more soluble fiber in our diet. We're not getting enough of it. So you can find it in certain things like yams, for example.
Because it's softer.
And prunes, right? We know about prunes helping us go. Dates. There's some soluble fiber in there. But supplementally, knowing that we're not getting enough of this, and especially if you have irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, or diarrhea, or you're just not regular, you want to use this stuff here. Actually, when Health Canada approves a claim on a product, this is a Flora product called IBS Relief.
Okay.
You know, it's serious. Like, this is treating irritable bowel syndrome.
A lot of people suffer, so it's cramping, it's gas, it's bloating.
Yeah.
IBS, what are the symptoms?
Well, and here, you just mentioned them all, right? Just bloated, lethargic, you're going to, sometimes even, you know, you get headaches and you just feel just gross. So this soluble fiber, it's called Sunfiber. I'm going to dump this into some water, and this is going to disappear. Literally, it's going to disappear in a matter of less than a minute, okay? So it's a little bit cloudy, but that will ultimately be fully translucent and transparent. So this comes from a guar bean extract. You put this into a glass of water once a day, and you can kiss your poop problems away.
Goodbye.
I'm telling you.
Really?
Absolutely.
So in the morning, like before you eat, does that matter?
It doesn't really matter the time of the day. It's just getting your soluble fiber in. You know, and you've heard